Oh, we're good? What was it? All right, we talk about it later. I think, guys, let me know if you can hear me. Sorry, the OBS program, we've been having a couple issues with it the last few weeks, so we're gonna, I don't know, maybe we switch that up. What's that?
Should we start the show over? Yeah, that's
Oh, okay. We're gonna restart the whole show. It's just the intros. All right, here we go. Run it. Nope.
No audio?
It's a. Man, we gotta get a different program. OBS is good. Yeah, OBS is good. You're gonna have to redo all the.
It's ESG Live with Chuck, Paul, and Ray Mears.
You're gonna have to do it for all of them. Ouch. All right, we'll be there. We basically have it now, everybody. Hey, I'm stoked. You guys are still like, you know, we're still at 50 people right now watching. You guys are the true fans, our true friends. You know.
No super chat today. No,
yeah, right. No, we're gonna get negative super chats today. Yeah, Streamlabs OBS. We're thinking about going to that. I think it's built on OBS, and maybe it's just better. I mean, OBS is supposed to be, you know, pretty robust. And the thing is, we have so many things going with the OBS that it's like, you know, maybe it just gets bogged down. We've got a lot of different, like, you know, videos and photos and, you know, all this kind of stuff. So, you know, that's. I'm looking at you guys' comments. Actually, they are a little bit delayed, but. I'm seeing them right now because that is the show at this moment. So I appreciate you guys, you know, sticking with us. It seems like we had issues like last summer a little bit, you know, and then.
It seemed like we panicked. Right now we kind of playing pretty good.
Hey Richie, can you switch on camera too while you're doing that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So now
we just I mean, now basically we didn't have any issues for a long time, and then boom, you know, the last couple of weeks it's been like. Having to restart a bunch of times and everything, but yeah, we have a good PC. Anyway, all right. I think we're ready over here. Richie, hit it.
Coming to you from the studio with wall-to-wall scooters, it's ESG Live with Chuck, Paul, and Ray Mears. Tonight, Scooter Hunters Live with Chris and Christina Koehl. Along with community content on steroids, micromobility news, and more. And now, your host, Chuck Temple!
All right, now we're cooking with grease. Listen, thank you guys for hanging in there with us for the little technical difficulties for the first few minutes of the show. You guys are awesome. So this is the show. The show is the feature of this show today. We're bringing back Scooter Hunters. Now, we weren't able to do, you know, we actually have done 2 Scooter Hunters in the past, and while it's not what we're known for, there's a bunch of people that you know, just friends and just, you know, pickleball friends and just different people that have talked, and they're like, man, the Scooter Hunters is the coolest thing you guys make. And so, you know, I don't know if you guys watching have seen them before. We've just done 2 of those episodes. Then, of course, you know, we were getting a lot of people asking us to do the show. Let me just tell you what the show is. The Scooter Hunters is where we take you know, somebody that we don't know, that doesn't know that much about scooters, but they want one, right? They want to find a scooter. We allow them to test drive all different types of scooters based upon their needs. They give us their perspective, which is really helpful for us, right? But it's also helpful for them because where else can you try out like every scooter out there? So in this episode, we had Chris and Christina, who you're going to be introduced to later, but they're awesome. They came in and, you know, we're wearing masks and everything else, and they got on 10 different scooters and they gave us all their feedback. And at the end of the show, we're going to ask them which ones that they want. So they have unique criteria. They're awesome people. I wish I could do a feature kind of scooter hunters with them, because it would be so fun. But we're gonna have that as the feature of the show. So please stay tuned for that. It's gonna be great. And you're gonna get, actually I listed all the scooters that they tried in the video description. I just put it in there. So that is gonna be really cool. We are here with Ramir. Paul is not here this week, and he will be back next week. He was testing a scooter and had a little bit of an accident, and he's in surgery today. He's fine, but he's not here, which is not great. But I mean, he's like just body, We'll talk to him next week. He's happy. He's in good spirits and everything like that. But it's it's all about safety, right? So maybe next week we'll talk to him about what happened and that sort of thing. So anyway, shout out to Paul. And I'm sure he'll be better. He's already been in the office. We were fixing scooters on Saturday here, actually. So he's fine. It's just, he did fall. He took a bad fall on a scooter. If you want to see behind the scenes stuff, not the fall, check out our social media accounts. Instagram, we're always posting behind the scenes stuff. If you're on Facebook, make sure to check out the Facebook group run by none other than Mr. David Vosk. You know him, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay. So on Facebook, we do all kinds of stuff, including new stuff all the time. There's something going on every day over there. Scooter Ride Sunday, Photo Friday, Mod Saturday, and just introduce. I think it's like there's a community ride section. There's all kinds of cool stuff that we're doing. So check that out. It's on the Facebook group. And then finally, if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Although you don't have to today because I know we kind of screwed up, but But give us a thumbs up if you can, and then subscribe if you're enjoying this stuff, and you'll get notified for all of our new content if you hit that little bell, and then it'll kind of remind you. All right, so let's kick off the show with ESG's Photo Friday. Okay, so all three winners this week were not from the Philippines. They're from Abu Dhabi in the UAE. So the honorable mention this week goes out to Ronnie Bunavista. Posed on his Mantis this is from Abu Dhabi. So it's a nice, just a beautiful shot, where you can really see the scooter, super nice background. And he had no comment, so that's an easy one for us to do. Okay, runner-up this week for Photo Friday goes out to Ruben Caleb, posting the Me and Wolfie in Abu Dhabi. Nice gear and deck lights. This Abu Dhabi, if you guys don't know, the Abu Dhabi riding groups are just like, they're crushing it. And I believe it's Filipinos that are in Abu Dhabi, and it's pretty awesome. So Rubelin said, David Voss, thank you so much, ESG. Me and Ronnie Buena Vista are very privileged to be part of the Photo Friday. Also grateful for E-Kick Scooter Abu Dhabi family. When life gets complicated, we ride. Anyway, thank you guys for participating. And the winner this week goes out to Brode J. Martinez with this photo of the Kaabo Wolf Packs in Abu Dhabi, UAE. They are just crushing the photo contest right now. Photo credit goes out to Lloyd Stephen Pamalin. 3 Wolfies in front of of course, gorgeous backdrop. It looks so nice over there. And on his win, Brode said, thank you, David Voss, and to the ESG family. Big shout out to Team UAE. And actually, I reached out to Broad earlier today, our time, Pacific time, because I saw a video of a race, like a really cool looking race, over there. And we have a quick clip that we're going to show you later in the show. Thank you for uploading that, Broad. So, all right, and a couple extra photos this week, just to kind of like spread the love around a little bit. Andrew Nuna Preda with Jimmy Chang and the Curtis Panther. This is at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado, and super nice. Also, Olgu Tom posted 2 photos. The first one, of course, is in this is the Kaabo Wolf Warrior. This is going to be in Bucharest, Romania. So this is quite a photo. And then also another photo is the Suron Light B in Buzău, Romania. I would go. That's a nice photo too, man. The photos are just so professional. Hey, oh goodness sakes, this is for Paul though. Let's just. I see it. I saw it on the corner of my eye. Mike Suarez, $50. That's huge, man. Thank you so much, Mike. He says speedy recovery, Paul. Paul, if you're watching this from wherever you are, hopefully at home, and you're chilling out with painkillers or whatever, and we're everybody's rooting for you, Paul. Okay. And then finally, Alan Wang in San Francisco is on a Mantis 8 Pro, and we're loving ours so far as well. Alan, another pretty cool photo. And actually, the Mantis 8 Pro is going to show up in the Scooter Hunters episode that's going to be showing up really, really soon. And then finally, one last one. Ronel Marciano with the Dualtron Eagle Pro in Hayward. Oh, wrong button. I hit the wrong. So this is in Hayward. Ramir calls it Haystacks. You could anyway. So this is anyway. Super nice mods and beautiful shot. All right, now a quick commercial break. Sponsored by UScooters.
That they catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty, try to catch me riding dirty.
Hey, what's dirty, Ramir?
Nothing much. How are you, Chuck? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you doing? How was the weekend? How are things?
The weekend was cool. Super Bowl Sunday was this Sunday. Won some money. Tom Brady's the GOAT. So
yeah. I remember you saying that last week.
Yeah, I've been saying it for
you knew it.
Yeah. Shout out to David. And also, what else I do? Oh, my son. He built the PC. So we were doing
Well, did you build it or did he build it? Build it together?
He started it when I was at work on Friday.
Oh, is that
right?
right?
Home, and then he
How old is your son again?
He's turning 10 on Monday.
And he building his own computer?
Yeah.
Did he have instructions?
Yeah. Oh, he's in here. Hey.
Your son is in here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name.
I think we know who it is though.
Oh man.
Hey, shout out to
Nolan.
Yeah, shout out to Nolan. What's going on, Nolan?
Yeah. So he YouTube videos and studying stuff. So we did it.
That's crazy.
So we got everything, the graphics card, but I forgot to buy a power supply. So
wait.
That's my first build too. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's crazy. Hey, it's to get your first build, working the first time is, even if you know what you're doing, is basically like I think it's like 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4.
Hopefully we be the 1 out of 3 because the thing is expensive.
Yeah. Well, no, you'll get it. It's just like, you might have like one cable in the wrong place or, whatever. And
yeah. But how was your weekend?
It's hard. It was good. You know, I watched Super Bowl. I needed to get that Mantis 8 Pro tested because, you know, Paul's not here. So, you know, I'm testing him again. And I went out on the halftime show of the Super Bowl to try to get that thing tested.
Yeah,
I was like,
you missed that
I was trying to find the memory card. I went to anyway. But yeah, apparently the halftime show wasn't all that.
Not for me.
Not for you?
Yeah, he was shaking the camera. It was just.
I don't even know who these people are anymore.
Yeah,
like the weekend, like that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but
anyway.
All right, let's get into community content.
Cool,
First up,
let's do it.
we have Scooter Ride Sundays. That's where people share their group rides, you know, with their friends, their family. We like to see it. So first up, Alex Simon actually posted this. Check
out
he
this.
He said, if there's one word to summarize what riding an electric scooter means, that word is freedom. Who is this guy?
I agree, man. And shout out to Alex. You know, he's actually doing a cross-country trip in late April. Actually, we were texting earlier today, and we've chatted a couple times. We're going to try to work together on some of this stuff to really, his mission is really aligned with our mission, which is to really proliferate, you know, personal electric vehicles, you know, in the world. And man, he's putting his, you know, everything. I mean, this is going to take him probably a month. So, I mean, I hope he goes on some like test rides where he's riding 6-7 hours day after day and just really gets his body, you know, acclimated to it. But anyway, shout out to Alex, and shout out to #0toEpic. I think you can find that on Facebook and Instagram, where he's starting to post certain things about it. We're going to be doing a lot of special stuff with him. Not sure 100% what we're doing yet. We're still trying to figure that out, but definitely you're going to see him more and more.
Oh, okay, cool.
Next up, Jane Kiao Fernandez posting this video and wrote bayriders.electric something.
See what's going on. Okay, music got me.
Yep.
Visuals.
Here we go.
Oh, okay, there it goes.
There it is. That's nice. I mean, every one of these looks like freedom to me.
Okay, nice.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Wait for the bass to drop. All right. Oh, there it is. Cool.
Okay. Cool. So next up, we have Brian Patrick Rice on Facebook and Scooter Gang on YouTube. He posted this snowy ride on the 010X.
There we go.
Okay, the music is back. I like the music.
Yeah. We're definitely getting in trouble for this, but it's cool because we got $50 already. Hey, that's cool. He must have GoPro probably just shooting out in front of him.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a 360.
Wow, and he's you can't. Yeah, that corner is going to be hard to take. Taking the corners on snow. I mean, that's crazy that he was able to actually ride in snow that far.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out if those are. I couldn't tell if they were the real grippy tires, you know, the off-road tires, or if they were the. Because I'd be definitely riding the grippy tires on the 010X for that. Last up for Scooter Ride Sunday, we have Ronnie Simpson posting this to the group. And he said about this video, we're going to play it. He said, quote, "A Friday night ride with Kay Burnlim and John Clooney from the Perth Scooter Gang with the Trevornator in tow."
Trevornator.
This is on the Queen Elizabeth Quay Bridge in Perth, Australia. I like this. Man.
Okay, cool. In addition to Scooter Ride Sunday, this community content is big this week. But up next, we have Mod Saturday. So that's where people show their accessories, their mods, their upgrades. My favorite part of the show because I can't do a mod at all. So first up, we have Jesse Duffing. And he's walking us around. I mean, he's walking us through upgrades he made on his Apollo Explorer. Check this video out. He talks through it, so I'm going to be cool.
Yeah, here we go.
With my Apollo Explorer with the brand new thumb throttle that came. Apollo didn't have the blue one in stock. So I got the Rev Rides, red one.
He's so calm.
It's fine for me. And I got. So
Well, he's got a lot of
front.
Well, I'm gonna let him go.
I got a thumb throttle. I got a horn.
Oh, but it scared the cat. You see that? The cat runs in there and then runs out.
My computer's up here. My brand new Roam phone mount. I put my mirrors. I changed the shorty grips, which fit my hands much better. And I put my bag back on the front. So she's pretty much ready to rock and roll.
Nice. Next up.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah, awesome, Jesse. Next up, we've got Lloyd Elirod Magpante Razon showing off his DIY 3D printed board and LED setup on his Kaabo Mantis. So there it is. It looks super nice. Super nice.
That's a Mantis?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
you could
upgrade.
tell by the little fin at the end,
see
right?
it.
That looks like the big Mantis, the OG Mantis.
All right, next up, we have a photo. Andres Ganawan, he posted this photo and said, it's a back carrying handle for the Apollo Explorer /010 for easy carrying.
Yeah.
And he painted it blue to match the color scheme.
Actually, that's real nice. It's a good. I mean, I'd use something
Yeah,
like
I'm saying,
that.
that seems
right?
like something you'll like,
I mean,
Chuck.
yeah. I mean, I know you can carry that thing with like one hand. For me, having something to grip on really helps.
Yeah.
So hey, that's a good mod. Next up, you've seen him before, Glenn Cabotage, the favorite name to say, posting this video of a DIY deck that he made. So check this thing out. It's a lot of stuff going on here. 3/8 inch thick aluminum, sliders, turn signals, all the good stuff. All right.
All right, next up we have John. He posted these photos. He posted these photos of his DIY fenders on his Wide Wheel Pro.
A lot of people on the Y Wheel groups, they're all about those fenders because they're riding it in all kinds of weather. People love the wide wheel, and they're always, they're doing all kinds of things. That's like the #1 mod that I see on the Y Wheel are the fenders.
Yeah, people like to look. What do we call it? The Dark Knight, Batman.
Yeah, the Batmobile. People call it all kinds of stuff.
Oh, we have a video.
Hey.
Here we go.
What's going on here?
Okay, look at the lights. Oh, no.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So David Voss started doing a couple other of the community-wide days. So basically there's something every day. And one thing we wanted to do was a Scooter Gear Wednesday. So shout out to David for setting up Scooter Gear Wednesday and Commute Thursday. We got 51 comments for the safety gear. So people are really interested in showing this. I think this is one, it's not, I'm glad that it's interesting for people because it should be. Hopefully it is. Anyway,
so first
take
up,
it away.
Okay, first up we have Arvin Villa Augustine, and he had the most like with 8 on his post, and he calls it his full battle gear. Check him out.
That's cool.
That's face, helmet, gloves, leather riding jacket, leather,
shin guards. I mean, everything. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Next up, Jeremy Nava showing off his helmet and sneakers with LED lighting. Look at these shoes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cool. It's real
He
cool.
said, you're gonna see me.
Yeah. I love it.
And next up we got Sadab, my favorite name ever. Sadab. Got this shot with but it looks like a modded Wolf Warrior. He has his jacket on, his reflective vest.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got to have I have a reflective vest. I haven't been wearing it because I've been on that Wolf Warrior recently. It has so much lights. Anyway, lastly, Jan and Adriel Magbuho shared this shot in their Gear Inside an Inokim shop, and this is in Milan, Italy, and inside outside. So you can see outside with the lights on. Wow, I mean, pretty cool mods for the Inokim. Really cool.
Yeah. So next week, tell us a little bit more about your gear. Wednesdays, check it out. Love to share on the community. But now, here's a few examples of commutes. These are pretty extreme commutes, like long commutes. And this is also new. So it's called Commute Thursday. And first up, we have Wrong Ways, Adam Maliki. And he shared his range test around Warsaw. It took about 4 hours.
That's legit, man. 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours straight up.
Kilometers.
And in the snow, probably.
Which is 49 miles over here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't know. My knees couldn't handle it.
Yeah. All right. And then we got a photo from Brian Belandres sharing his trip on a Wolf Warrior in the Philippines. Now look deep into this thing. We're like, wait a second. He's traveling 295 kilometers. Is that right? So it turns out he went, 295 kilometers. That's 183 miles, Imperial. Max speed of 46 miles per hour. The trip was almost 20 hours long and included charging 4 different times. That's a marathon of a trip.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, so next up,
Not to be outdone by...
Yeah, they were together, maybe. So Vince Rabajo, he shared this ride.
Oh, got it. It's together.
So it's almost 20 hours. So this is, a little bit of video of their ride around.
Dance moves.
Chuck's, they're always dancing. Super chat if you want to see Chuck dance. Twerk. All right. Cool.
All right. So wondering, I don't know, what's the longest ride you ever been on, Ramir?
I went through 3 cities with a buddy of mine. Probably about 24 miles.
Okay.
Round trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I died at the end, but I was like a mile away from my house, so I was okay with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. No, probably that EMOVE cruiser for the range test.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That was a couple years ago now, and probably about 4 hours, 50.3 miles. That was And then of course our road trip, but we didn't, we rode all day. I don't really know how many miles, but we were riding for
Oh yeah, that counts.
8, 12 hours a day, just meeting people and chatting in and whatever. Cool. So anyway, keep it coming. If you want to be part of that kind of stuff, it's all through the Facebook group. So, get on that thing. And all right. So ESG highlights. So basically the ESG highlights are what is going on over here at ESG. So, for us, we just published the Apollo Ghost review.
Ghost.
That was really good. People are really excited to get that scooter when it ships out. I think in March is the next one, and it's also one of the best values on electric scooters out there. And so check it out if you haven't. It's just an awesome $1,500 scooter. I mean, it's $1,500 now. That may change, of course. On the website, we have 3 new pieces of content on our website. So we've got a new article about Kaabo and Voro Motors working together to improve the Wolf Warrior, adding some turn signals. So that just published. We have a new technical guide to the QS S4 throttle, including how to troubleshoot some technical errors. So, if that's of interest to you, a lot of people have that throttle. I mean, that's probably the most ubiquitous right now. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the Apollo Ghost written review. We're trying out some special stuff on that.
Check that out on the website.
And let's see if we can show. Let's see if we can show this on the website here. Yeah. So, if you're on the website and you kind of look up the Apollo Ghost review, we did the guy actually it's Richie and Ramir that did it. But check out this. We got this circular moving MP4 or something shot.
It's like GIFs.
Yeah, it's like a GIF. It's like a meme or a GIF or whatever. Anyway, all right, up next scooters for us to review. It looks like the Wolf King is up next. We obviously got delayed by a week for that, but look for that either next week or the week after. We also have the Mantis 8 Pro, so the dual motor Mantis 8, which we just love the Mantis 8. The Pro version is
Pro.
It's pro, man. It goes up those hills like a champion. So that'll be cool. Also, that will be the scooter in Scooter Hunters that's coming out this Saturday. Sorry, Scooter Showdown. It'll be in Scooter Showdown this Saturday. It's going to be the Mantis 8 Pro versus the Apollo Ghost. So those will be look for that coming out this Saturday. And that's what actually you guys, so in the Ghost review, we asked you guys what matchup you want to match up the Ghost with, and that's when you said, so that's what we're doing. So anyway,
it'll be out. I don't know if it's Saturday though, but in the notes it says Saturday.
Oh, it says Saturday in the notes, so that's what I'm going on. Is that not? Oh, the guys are shaking their heads like, no way, Jose.
Maybe. Right. We'll see.
We'll see. All right.
We'll see.
Also, we have a bunch of other scooters in the office. We have the GoTrax G-Max Ultra. We have the GoTrax Apex. We have a couple Segways, the T15 and the E22. But we also got the fluid board from Freeride, which we finally took out of the box. And we have a couple quick clips to show you if we can play that. Is that all right with you, Ramir? Oh, well, I guess it is.
I thought it looked pretty cool. Look at me.
Richie put it in there.
Oh, okay. They got me like...
You rode skateboards before, right?
Yeah. When I was a teenager up until the age of... Well, I was a kid up until the age of 14. I tore some ligaments in my knee. My mother was like, no more. Look at me.
Yeah.
Pushing along with my big red jacket. Oh, yeah.
We got Richie on there, I think, too. And
oh, yeah. Richie, he's pretty... He used to ride skateboards back in the day. He was pretty fluid on that. If you...
He is very fluid on that one.
Yeah, so he's looking real smooth.
Yeah.
Do they have you, Chuck? Because that was
I'm not a skateboarder. But I tried it. I was quite shaky. Got my WrestleMania shirt on there.
Watch out for God!
Oh,
There you go, cruising.
Anyway, all right, let's move on. Cool. A quick commercial.
Watch out for God.
So we're about to get into Scooter Hunters. So quick commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors. Let's do this. And coming back to Scooter Hunters. Here we go. All right, so Scooter Hunter. So the way this happened, right, Chris Koehl reached out to us when we were producing the Scooter Hunters pre-COVID. And we've been kind of chatting ever since. He's watching all the reviews. He's super interested in, getting scooters. And there's just nowhere to try them out. And that is the general problem in the scooter industry is it's very hard to find a place to try out a scooter. So, at some point I was like, man, just come in. Like, let's just try it. We can't do a whole episode because, the COVID and all this stuff, we're really hoping this whole lockdown stuff ends. But we were super happy to have him in there. So we filmed this last, so the way this is going to work is they came in late last week. So we're going to show some clips of them coming in and riding the scooters. Then they're going to come on live and talk about what scooters they ended up wanting. So we are going to have them on live. So we're going to first show this clip, so you guys can get to know Chris and Christina a little bit. Let's play that. So I'm here with Chris and Christina. Hey. All right, so we're doing a little Scooter Hunters. They're coming out to check out some scooters.
Hi, I'm Chris. This is my wife.
Christina.
I am a filmmaker in Los Angeles, and
I am a recent barred attorney.
we live in San Francisco, and we are so happy to be here checking out some scooters, trying to find something fun that we can both ride as a couple and just explore the city. So really excited to be here. As far as what we're looking for in a scooter, it's a little difficult for us to figure out, which is why we're here with the experts, and Chuck is going to walk us through some different options. We think we want something that's fast, but we also want something that's good for the city. So it's just trying to find that medium space of suspension and speed and enjoying it, but also knowing we got to maybe carry upstairs or put it in the trunk of a car. So that'll be what today is about.
Big deal for me is the weight.
The weight, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for me, I think I want the fastest thing on the planet, but I think what I'm going to find out today is that I don't need that. So it's really about finding the right scooter, not necessarily just going for what sounds the coolest. Cool. So I'm excited to see what the perfect fit will be for us.
Awesome.
So they came in, right? They asked for, I think 6 or 7 different scooters that they wanted to try. And we got those, but then we also added a couple more just based upon, you heard what they're looking for is, it's more about, less about, daily commuting and more about just having fun and just like seeing your city and getting out there in the open and things like that. But they still need it to be, manageable. And she mentioned like the weight and things like that. So the first 2 scooters that they tried out were the UScooters. So the way we worked it, right, is we started them out on a little bit slower scooters just to make sure, everything's going to be, kosher and everything. And then we kind of, we gradually worked our way up to the big girl scooters, which they did ride. So in round 1, we had the UScooters Booster GT and the Inokim Lite 2. They took them out, they swapped them on a route. And so after riding, this was their impressions of those scooters.
What do you guys think about the scooters?
They're great. Even though I like the power of this one and the speed of this one, I actually prefer the smoothness of that one, even though it doesn't go as fast.
So more powerful UScooter Booster GT, more smooth Inokim Lite 2.
It's one thing to watch people ride and read online and then actually try them. I'm really torn because just like she said, there is an enjoyment on how smooth this is. The suspension, even though it doesn't have springs, but the tires are softer. This is a softer, more comfortable ride, and it feels better built. I like the speed. I like how quick this is. I would probably prefer this, but I do like peppy and the speed and the quickness, so I loved that one more. But part of me would be torn, like, I don't know, will it last as long as this one? This just feels built really well, even though it's slower.
Yeah.
So they rode the smaller, real portable ones. Those are both amazing scooters. They're probably the best. They are, they are the best scooters, like under 30 pounds. But, what if they wanted something a little bigger, a little more powerful? So we had them ride the Apollo Explorer and the EMOVE Cruiser as 2 of the kind of really just like solid, a little bit more higher end single motor scooters, a little more powerful. This was their reactions after riding those 2 scooters.
Okay, what do you guys think about the Apollo Explorer and EMOVE Cruiser?
These are way more powerful than the first 2 that we had.
Yeah.
And I like them both. My personal preference, I'm learning, I like the peppiness. I like when it's real responsive. So I actually preferred that one a lot more than this one. I think if somebody wants just that gradual, its name says it, just cruise, this is probably better. But I do like that, just feels sportier, and I like the sporty feel.
Cool.
Also, just because they're heavier, you can't really just pick them up easily. This is really hard to pick up. My hand just slides just because of the way it's shaped. So I don't really care for that as much. That one's easier to pick up.
Cool. What about you?
I enjoy both for what they are. I actually like how this one takes more time to kind of ramp up to speed, because as soon as you push on the throttle on this one, there's a couple times it kind of, that front tire went out and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for that.
it had almost too much torque sometimes for you.
Yeah, so I kind of had to adjust to that, and once I did, I figured it out and I could handle the machine better. But I will say I did appreciate the slow gradualness of the EMOVE.
Yeah, the EMOVE Cruiser. They both you'll be able to tune them down, right? So if you ended up getting that one, you could actually tune it like 3 out of 5 for the initial acceleration, right? Which would actually maybe make it a little bit more like the EMOVE Cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have that option on both scooters.
I feel like if you don't want the torque, you might as well go for this one just because you can go so much farther because the bigger battery.
Yeah.
So, distance, this obviously wins. I think suspension might have been, I don't want to use the word better, but
this one is smoother.
I prefer the suspension on that one. I don't know enough to know why, but I like that one more.
Man, I tell you, I had such a great time hearing their feedback and everything, because anyway, okay. So after we rode those, then we went up a notch to kind of like a even a little bit more expensive tier, but still single motor. So then they rode the Kaabo Mantis 8, which is one that we kind of threw in there. Just they weren't asking for it, and the Inokim Ox. So this is their impressions after riding those 2 scooters.
What do you guys think about the Inokim Ox and the Mantis 8?
This one's mine.
Yours?
Oh, you like that one? Really?
Yeah. Why do you like it? What's special about that one?
It's really smooth. It feels very sturdy, and I like that it has the speed and the throttle. It's not as peppy as the Apollo, where I feel like it was just gonna like kind of go out from underneath me. This one I don't feel that, even though it's still really fast and really powerful. I like the way it turns. I don't know, it's a lot smoother. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off of it.
The wider
so
tires, you must really like those, because they're, I think, 3 inches versus the 2 inches on most scooters. It's different. 3.25 or something. It's definitely wider.
Yeah, I'm gonna defer to you on that. I don't know why, but I like it.
I like this one a lot too. If I was comparing it to the Apollo Explorer, I feel like it's just more refined. Like they're very similar in speed and peppiness. They're both really fun, but yeah, this feels just a little more premium. I do like it. This one was really nice. The suspension's really nice. I actually don't know if I preferred it more, like going back and forth. It's different, but this one feels more luxurious and more, I don't know, there's just something about it that feels nice. But the weird thing for me is when I would get going and then I'd slow down, but then try to push the throttle again, it just felt really slow on the acceleration. And maybe that's just me. I like a more peppy response.
This is one of the slowest accelerating scooters out there.
I do like that the throttle, I feel like I have more control. That if I'm on it going slower, I have the ability to kind of control that. A lot of these, it just feels like you're either not going, or you give it a little bit of squeeze, and all of a sudden you're going really quick.
Cool. So far, you know, we're not done yet, but like right now, what are your guys' like current favorites? So you
This one, or maybe the Apollo Explorer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what price point. This one just feels like a better version of that scooter, but those two, I really like the way they feel.
Actually, the Apollo Explorer is not on the list for me after riding these two.
All right, so as we move on, you know, they're changing their perspective and things like that. This is, you know, it was very, very cool to watch and hang out with them and everything. So the next two scooters that we tried out, we finally got to some dual motor scooters. Now, they actually asked for the Apollo Ghost, right, which we have. Unfortunately, we got a flat tire and we didn't know it. And so when we went to ride it, it was flat. And we don't have Paul here right now. Paul, where are you? Because he can just change a tire in like 5 minutes. And, you know, basically we all here have like 2 left hands, and it just doesn't, you know, we can't do it on the spot like he can. So we ended up having them ride the Kaabo Mantis 8 Pro, so the dual motor version of the Mantis 8, and the Inokim Aux-O only. And I know it, you know, it was out of their price range. I should mention that their price range was like $1,400 to $1,600 is really where they were trying to get to. And so the Aux-O is way outside of that. And it was just because I was on that scooter, and so I kind of gave it to them, and I got the Ghost back, and they didn't really get a chance to ride it. So unfortunately. Anyway, but the two scooters that they rode, Mantis 8 Pro versus the Inokim Aux-O, these were their impressions after riding those two scooters.
Okay, what do you guys think about the Inokim Aux-O and the Mantis 8 dual motor, the Mantis 8 Pro?
There is a lot to love about both of these scooters. This feels so refined. It's so premium. It's almost like this feels like it's just for fun, and that feels like, no, that's a car. Like, it's just so well built. For us, it's a little out of our price range, so I wouldn't be able to consider it just because of that. If I had the money to spend on it, it's really, really nice. But this is so much fun in itself, too. I am curious, because when I was going at higher speeds, I wonder if these 8-inch tires, if I would enjoy it more if they were bigger tires. Because it just, even when I'm going fast, it just feels like the tire maybe it's just not as smooth as being on that 10-inch. I feel like I go over things so much smoother. Definitely happy with either one of these. The dual motor changes the game for sure. The speed is amazing. This is the thing that I'm so happy to be here trying in person versus just going and buying online. Is in my head, I think I want the fastest thing ever. But what I found in practice is when taking off, I actually enjoyed taking off in single mode. And dual mode was really only just like being greedy and having fun. But when I'm looking down, I'm not going over 30. And I don't know if that's because I'm just being conservative because I'm new and don't want to push it, but I'm having plenty of fun at that speed. And especially, I guess if I was in open streets, it'd be different, but dealing with cars and traffic, 30 is plenty fast enough, it seems like.
Well, what about you, Christina?
Yeah, so the dual mode actually is a little too much for me.
Yeah.
I don't need it. That was good. It was still trying to like kick out from underneath me, and I'm like hanging on for dear life, just like trying to keep up with the scooter, and that was a little tiring after a while on my arms and kind of on my upper body of just like really gripping the scooter just to like hang on and stay with it.
Mantis
So
8?
I'm still, I think, at my one favorite
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
day so far
Yeah.
that has really put itself out there,
Yeah.
which is the Mantis 8, right?
Yeah. Single motor.
Single motor. Yeah.
Okay. And Chris, what about you? Single versus dual? Like, where are you at on this?
I think that if budget was a super concern and I couldn't get into a dual motor, I actually think that the Apollo Explorer and the Mantis 8 I would be really happy with. But I think I would still try to get a dual motor just in case, as I get more comfortable, if I want a little room to grow, or if I am in a place where it's really open, I just want to give it full throttle, I have the ability to go faster. But I could see me potentially being happy with a single motor.
Okay, so so we got into the dual motors, and so for the final round, we had them go on the Apollo Pro. We only had the Apollo Pro 60 volt, which is of course the the top end Apollo Pro with the hydraulic brakes and everything. Again, a little bit out of their price range. But then they also rode it. But then they wanted to try out the Mantis base, which right now we have a battery issue, and so I think Paul is like swapping that, and so we had them ride the Mantis Pro. And so here are their reactions after riding those two scooters.
All right, guys. So you rode the Apollo Pro 60 volt, and then you also rode the Mantis Pro. What do you guys think about these scooters?
I apparently have to take back everything I said about dual motors because I like dual motors on these. It was smoother. It wasn't as jerky, although this one is really peppy. really, really peppy. I honestly feel like I could probably kill myself on that one. It goes really fast. So I think out of the two, I would actually prefer the Apollo because it's a lot smoother and it hugs the road really well. I think this is probably the smoothest one I've ridden today, but it is a big deal for me. That's probably the biggest downside is this thing is too bulky and big for me to actually carry around. I don't know that I could actually get this into the trunk of my car. It's too heavy for me.
Yeah. You don't mind that it's big to ride, it's just too big to carry.
Yeah.
It's so interesting hearing her feedback because I had very different experience between the two. The stem wobble, to me, it travels a lot more. I mean, all of them have a little bit, but when you're in the dual motor and if you want to just punch it, I felt the whole stem would move and then the scooter would take off. This one was much sturdier in that for me. This thing's insane. This is my favorite by far. I was in dual motor the whole time. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's the way they calibrated with the throttle, but it just seemed like it took off better. I enjoyed having that extra speed. I definitely loved everything about it.
All right, so so they rode those two scooters. I did want to mention that Apollo has upgraded and even sends out parts, I think, to kind of enhance the stem wobble that we have because we have one of the original Apollo Pros. But the Mantis is obviously like a super strong stem. So anyway, So it was, it was amazing. We're gonna get Chris and Christina on in just a moment. We're gonna chat with them and we're gonna ask them about how their experience was and what are their final choices and things like that. But I'll just say that it's been so long since I've been around other people just because of COVID, and so being able to hang out with them for 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and really just talk them through and listen to their questions about all these different scooters and to have them figure out what it is that they want, and then also being able to have them as a couple, right? I mean, they both wanted to ride scooters and they wanted to ride them together. And so that was really, part of, I thought, what made the magic really happen was that, they did want to do it together. So while we bring them on, if you guys have questions for them, hit up the live chat, hit @ElectricScooterGuide. And if you have questions on their experience or how it went, we can do that then. But I'm going to bring in Chris and Christina. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, we're here.
All right. Hey, good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was such a blast, and you know, like I just want to do this more, because it was so fun to be able to like see your guys' reactions and just work through some of the lifestyle kind of like differences that you each have and hear about it. So, you know, I guess, you know, how did this whole kind of like scooter thing, you know, start for you? Like, why were you interested, I guess, in the first place in electric scooters?
That was my fault. we were out and about, and we saw the Bird scooters, or the Uber scooters that were out that you can just rent. And I was like, hey, I really want to try these. And so I had to convince her that it was worth renting. And she's like, all right. And then we got on them, and we just rode around town, and they were so much fun that after that, I became kind of obsessed, and I ended up finding you guys online. Oh,
a lot of obsessed. There wasn't kind of.
This is about a year ago. I found you guys online. I was just watching all your videos, studying, trying to figure out what I would want. Yeah, I knew that we had to add it to our life, because I think what we noticed is we've walked around our city so much, but you can only walk so far, and we've driven around our city. But you don't really get to experience it in the same way. And so jumping on a scooter, it was like seeing the city for the first time in a different way.
Yeah.
And I think that was why we really wanted a scooter.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, you know, so when you rode Bird and everything, and then kind of, you know, came and I guess what were you expecting, and you know, what was your impression after riding? You know, you guys rode, I guess, 10 different scooters. What did you notice about, you know, about Bird versus this whole personal market, and this whole, like this, you know, all these different things, all these different scooters that you rode?
Yeah. So I kind of, you know, he really did have to talk me into just doing the Bird ones, because I kind of thought it was going to be really boring. And I thought it was going to be kind of lame. I was like, oh, an electric scooter? I don't like a scooter, like, you know, like the little push, kick and go, and like you did when you were 8, you know, like I don't think that's gonna be really that exciting. So then we did the Bird scooters, and I was like, oh, it was really what he expressed is just experiencing, especially in San Francisco, just experiencing the city out in nature and kind of, you know, feeling it, but being able to go faster than what your feet can do just naturally, right? Mm-hmm. But then I kind of thought, well, Bird scooters is all it is, and it's like 15 miles per hour, and it's really bumpy, and you know, it shakes a lot. And I was like, I don't know that I could do this very long. But then we rode on all those scooters that you presented, and I was like, oh, there's like a whole different class level to electric scooters. These are really smooth, they're super fast, they're a lot of fun. And I was like, oh, electric scooters are actually really amazing.
Yeah, I remember you were on the right away. Basically, I was just like, you just zoomed off and left Chris and I like in the dust. And I remember turning to Chris and being like, Chris, is she gonna be okay? Like, do I need to catch up to? Is she gonna stay like within her, you know, realm of just being comfortable, or is it, you know, is she accident prone? And I mean, that was cool. That was cool because I could see immediately that you guys were both kind of lit up, and you know, I think you enjoyed it. It was great to share that with you guys.
Yeah, and no accidents.
Yeah, for sure. That is a good one. And you guys both wore helmets. We didn't get any, you know, I wish we could have gotten some clips of you guys riding, but you know, you guys both wear helmets, so I appreciate that. And we were safe the whole time, so that's good. So, you know, regarding the different scooters, you know, what were kind of like the advantages and disadvantages of the different types that you rode? Like, you know, where, you know, as far as the smaller ones, the bigger ones, the dual, I mean, you rode all different sizes and types. So what would you say is like advantages and disadvantages for your guys' lifestyle?
Well, first I got to say thank you again to the whole team. You guys were just wonderful for having us there, even with COVID and taking those extra measures, but allowing us to ride everything. That was really amazing to try so many different scooters. And I definitely, after being on so many different kinds at different levels and price points, I realized that I think there is a scooter for everybody. It's really important to figure out what your needs are. And where based on the title of the video, we're actually moving to Hollywood. We're in San Francisco where we're going to be moving. And so our needs are actually changing. If we would have done this a year ago, we probably would have preferred a much lighter scooter just because of all the steps that are in San Francisco and trying to put it on a bus and everything else. But now going to Hollywood, we're going to have a lot more space. So I think we'll probably end up, I mean, we're not going to say just yet what our favorite scooter is, but we'll probably end up going with something a little bit faster. But yeah, I was just really surprised overall that just the way that they feel. It's just, you can't experience it through a screen. Being in person and actually jumping in there was a whole different experience.
Yeah, I mean, it made all the difference for me, that's for sure. I you know, I didn't think it would really be worth it until we actually rode the scooters you gave us to ride. But yeah, I'd say for me, the weight is a really big factor. I mean, even like you said, like commuting, we really initially wanted some for like commuting and riding around the city so we could like hop on a bus and then go scoot around and then get back on the bus. So we were kind of looking for lighter initially, but now with LA, we actually want a little more like be able to go distance and have the speed to get out of traffic, especially since LA isn't as friendly to pedestrians as San Francisco is. But weight, even with that, though, weight is still a big issue for me. Being able to like even just pick it up and get it into the car or get it out of the car. And there were a couple of them that were a little too heavy.
Yeah, I remember you kind of picking some of them up and some you could and some you couldn't. And, you know, and so, yeah, even though, will you guys be living upstairs or you, you know, will you be able to, you know, kind of roll it in to where you're going to store it?
We don't know, but we'll give you a follow-up once we find a spot.
Yeah. I mean, whatever scooters you end up getting, it would be awesome to get, you know, any kind of follow-up on how they work. And then for you, Chris, like, how did your, you know, so for her, it was like being able to go faster than Bird, right? And also being able to like handle it in terms of, you know, pick it up, you know, when needed. Just a scooter that you didn't, you know, it's like some of them that are so heavy, if you just can't lift it at all, that could be a problem. For you, did you have kind of the same, you know, wants and needs and, you know, as her or?
Right. Yeah, no, my, I think I was trying to convince myself that I could get by with less.
Yeah.
I think every time I was like, oh, this will work. And there were really great scooters, but every time I went a little faster, I think my smile got a little bigger. And yeah, I definitely, weight was secondary. Like I do want to be able to pick it up. There were a few of them that not having a handle was a lighter scooter that doesn't have a handle feels heavier than a heavy scooter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like 40 pounds with no handle feels heavier than 60 pounds with a handle.
I agree. I think that, you know, getting those handles on a 50-pound scooter, I agree. It's like a 10-pound difference, and it makes it so much easier if you do have to carry it. For sure. But,
yeah, so having that handle, if it had a handle, I didn't really care because the thing I wanted was speed. That was definitely what was chasing, was the ability to just go fast. And I think also find a scooter that I can grow into, because I want to be smart. Like, I don't have a lot of experience on scooters. I do have a motorcycle license. Like, I've been on motorcycles and two-wheeled vehicles for most of my life, but still, scooter is its own thing, and I do want to respect it for what it is. So I don't want to just go out and be reckless, but I do want to get a scooter that I can grow into. And so some of those last scooters that we tried, I think, have that speed. You know, right now I am driving or riding around 30 miles an hour, but I think those scooters maybe go close to 40, and I can see me maxing that out as I get more comfortable and get more experience.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the other thing, is like, what is the right speed? I guess that's a good question, is like, what is your kind of sweet spot for top speed for both of you guys?
Oh, I don't know that I paid attention, honestly. It was more of just like what felt comfortable as I was going. I mean, you know, like you said, there were a couple times I just like sped off, and I just kind of, I guess, floored it. I don't know. I like
more than a couple though.
But and I maxed out the scooter at whatever speed it went. So I don't think it was more than 30 though that I was going, that was comfortable for me.
Yeah. And for you, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I think I said this in the video, I don't know if it's because of the traffic and being in the city, or if it was because I'm new. And so I was just taking it a little, being more cautious with it. But yeah, 30 was pretty much kind of where I was topping out. But I think between 25 and 30 was where I was at. But if I would have had more space, I definitely would have pushed it further to see how fast I could have gone.
Yeah. We were in some kind of neighborhoods and a lot of traffic. We didn't really go to like any like real big open roads, which would have been, cool if we had more time for sure. Yeah. So, and then, comparing, just kind of think about each of the scooters, I mean, you guys basically kind of had your, we kind of got most of your reactions. Was there anything that I guess we missed in those little clips from when you were here last week?
It was really awesome, and we had a lot of fun. And I haven't heard anything but that experience since it happened.
I keep talking about it. I'm talking about it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I have a lot of favorite scooters from the day, depending on maybe price point. So I think you mentioned our budget. For me, we kind of figured we'd probably end up spending a little bit more. So like 16 would probably be the high end. And we were thinking maybe 14 around for a scooter for Christina, but trying to stay under those numbers. I'm trying to remember, what was that? I always mess up the name. I'm sorry. The UScooter?
UScooter Booster. It's like E2W, but yeah, UScooters is the brand. Yep. The little one. Yep. The fast little one.
If I had more stairs and things like that, I would buy that in a heartbeat because it's so fun and peppy for its size.
Yeah.
But knowing just the goals that I want, which is go faster, and our roads in LA are actually really bumpy. There's no way that I would be able to settle for that. But I think it's an amazing scooter. So if I was going to go on the low end, I would definitely lean towards that.
Yeah.
There was one thing that was weird with the Apollo Pro, I think it was. The trigger. There was something a little bit weird with that. I don't know. Did you find out more?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, it basically is the, just the configuration, and you just got to be careful that it's not close to the, close to the hydraulic little caliper, that little hump, right, that it got caught on there. And it's just something that, we got to be careful of. Anytime there's a QSS, that's a QSS4 throttle, and so many scooters have it, and so many people put hydraulic brakes on their scooters, or it comes with it. That combination can, I talked to Apollo, and it's something that, people need to be aware of. And you can kind of explain if you'd like, kind of what happened.
Yeah, it was when we were riding, I pulled the trigger, pulled the throttle, and the throttle, the way the plastic is shaped underneath, it's hollow, and that plastic, where it's hollow, actually got caught on, I guess, the braking system underneath, just because there's so many things right there on the handlebar. And so when I let go, the trigger was stuck in. And so I was flying, and being new on a scooter, that was pretty scary for a good half second. And luckily I didn't freak out. I actually put my hand behind the trigger and forced it to unlock. So it was just kind of a weird moment. I guess if we tighten those down, I guess you should always do a safety check on your scooter.
It's definitely something that we should know. And, I didn't really, it just hadn't come up yet, and so I think it's good to know for us. Sorry you had to, I saw you kind of ducking down. I saw the wheel wobble a little bit, and then then we slowed down and we figured out what was going on. But, I think that, scooters are new. And I think that that's something that, people, that are watching this really need to know, is that it's not one brand, another brand. I mean, scooters, just the nature of the beast is that, you do need to be careful because it's a new industry. And while Apollo does, safety checks and so much service and all this stuff, it's just the nature of the beast where there's gonna be, things that happen. And so, having a company that I guess supports you, and that's why we really only showed you guys scooters. And actually, I think all the ones that you wanted to look at were ones from companies that will actually support you afterwards. So if that were to happen, you could call them, or if actually they, we talked to them, and they do have a like a modification kit to basically eliminate the stem wobble that you felt on that scooter. Those are the kind of things where, you know, if you buy them from a reputable company, like, you know, like the Voro Motors, Apollo, what else did we show you guys? You know, the UScooters, Fluid Freeride, right, for Kaabo. You're going to get all that stuff because they have customer service open all the time. Whereas if you bought something from, you know, AliExpress or, you know, some company that's like fly by night, you know, just getting the scooter $100 cheaper, that in this industry, it is so important where you buy. So, yeah, all the scooters that we showed you were like ones that we would definitely recommend buying from for sure.
Yeah, well, we really liked Apollo's Explorer. We really liked that.
Is that the blue one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that one. That was the one, actually, the stem wobble didn't bother me at all. I didn't even notice it.
So maybe it's just me.
Oh,
Maybe
the Pro. Yeah, the Pro. You didn't notice the Pro. And actually, I think Christina, you said you actually really enjoyed the stability and the ride quality on the Pro. I think as much as anything, it was just too heavy for you, right?
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah.
And for you, Chris, I think, you know, during those two, it's like the Mantis, that speed and I don't know, whatever it was about that, maybe the stability of that, you know, they've fixed their stem. They had stem issues, Mantis, before. It's now been super, you know, it's gone from, you know, worst to first basically. And now it's just rock solid.
Well, I guess that's the one downside of not being able to ride the Ghost, just because I guess they kind of, that seems like that's the scooter they've put everything that they've learned from all the other scooters, and they just like super refined.
Yeah, I know. I wish you guys could have you know, gotten on that darn Ghost. It's fixed. You know, it's fixed now. We fixed it over the weekend, but yeah,
we can come back.
Yeah, you can come back. Just come back. You know, just come back. Yeah. So no, those were good ones. And then you know, so I guess you know, if you were to categorize, right, and say like, you know, luxury, you know, top luxury scooter, top fun scooter, top portable scooter, I don't know, where would you kind of find yourselves, you know, with the scooters that we showed you?
Okay, what was the luxury one? Was the one we said rode like a Cadillac. It was
the Inokim Ox.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The faster of the Ox and Oxo. Yeah, it was the Oxo. Yep.
That just felt like a Lexus sedan just put together. You feel relaxed on it.
It's glorious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot what your other category was.
Just
what else did you say?
Well, what did I say? Best portable. So the best one out of the smaller two that we showed you. What were your
Oh, it was the one that I termed the wife preferred one. I think the green one was that.
Yeah, the Inokim Light 2.
Yes, I thought that one was great for portability because it was, it was really smooth. It was fast enough, and it was light. I could pick that up no problem.
Yep. And
I would probably do the U scooter.
Yeah, faster.
Peppier.
Yeah,
have
for sure.
Speed and
more power.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed, right, and I don't want to stereotype, but with every single, you know, female that have been on scooters, in my experience, throttles that are really torquey, like my wife and Trina, and I think you now say all kind of the same thing, is like that jerky throttle is something that it's not you know, you don't instantly fall in love with that. It's something that you have to get used to. And I think that, you know, we don't have a lot of like women like fans yet. You know, I hope to someday have more women watching our show. But I think for, you know, I think it's important to try to understand, you know, what makes sense and what doesn't. So the more smooth throttles seem to be, you know, the scooters that you ended up liking, Christina.
The throttle is actually something that really surprised me kind of for most of the scooters. And I guess it just has to do with where scooters are at. Like you said, it's an evolving industry right now. But coming from a motorcycle background, when you have your throttle, you have a lot of control with that. If you want to go fast, you just twist the wrist and you'll go really quick. If you want a lot of control and to go slow and be able to really just monitor all of that, you have the ability. There's a lot more just sensitivity in that. And I found that in most of the triggers, it was kind of one or the other. It was if the scooter is a slower scooter and you have control and it's that, or it's like no power, and then full throttle. There wasn't a lot of like in between sensitivity. I think you said that the Ghost was actually really good at that, which we didn't get to ride. And then the Inokim OXO, the more expensive one, that one I think was probably my favorite one as far as having the control. If I wanted to go slow, I could, or if I wanted to punch it, it would just take off.
Yeah, you know the OXO is the one I ride on a daily. So that's my current rider. But I mean so after all of this, right? After all this, I think the thing that everybody wants to know is like, what are your top choices? What is the scooter after riding all 10 of them? What are the scooters for you guys? What would you choose?
Well, does the audience want to guess? Did they already guess and figure it out?
We could ask them. It's delayed 20 seconds. So if you guys have a guess, and I actually have a couple questions if you have a guess in the live chat, throw it in the live chat. While they do that, I got a couple questions from the audience. So if you guys don't mind just answering a couple of these, the first one is from Robert Fantinosa, is asking, do you guys have a place to store bigger scooters?
Currently, yes.
Currently in our place in LA, yes.
Currently, yes.
But we won't. So we have a weird living situation with multiple apartments, and we're going to be moving to Hollywood and getting one place, and we don't know long term where our scooters will be. But currently, yes.
We have a garage, so we definitely have space.
Okay. Andrew Clark is asking, how many miles have they put on scooters so far? So I don't know if that's Bird before or would be the 10 that you guys rode.
2. No.
On the renter scooters, we put, I can add it up roughly 10, we probably somewhere between 40 and 50 miles.
Okay. And then
a few times.
Yeah. Okay. That's quite a bit. And then on the scooters that we rode, we did 5 loops, and each loop was, probably 2 miles, mile and a half, 2 miles, I'd say. It's almost a range. We went backwards on our range test route, like close to that. So it's probably about, I think you guys went about 7 to 10 miles, on there. What's that? Oh, we're getting some guesses in. Cool. Okay. And then the last questions while other guesses are coming in. Kim Richmond is asking, I'm interested in Christina's take on lifting the scooter. I can pick up my Explorer by myself, although I won't turn down help. And she's able to, she says, I can pick up my Explorer by myself into my Audi A7 hatchback, and she's 5 feet and 66 years old. So Kim is wondering, your experience on lifting the scooters.
I mean, does she lift weights? My Lord, she sounds amazing. First of all,
Right.
I'd say it really, if there was a handle, it really actually did make a difference as to whether or not I could lift the scooter up, or not. So the orange one, which one was the orange one?
Cruiser,
the
Cruiser.
The EMOVE, that one was really hard for me to pick up just because my hand would slide.
Okay.
I think if I had a better ability to grip it, I could probably lift it, even though it's really heavy. For the Explorer, I think I could handle that one pretty well. I mean, if we had stairs that I had to do regularly, I think that would be pretty difficult. But picking it up and down, I felt like I could do that pretty well.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing is those 2 scooters you mentioned, I think are around the same weight. And that kind of was what I was talking about earlier. Is they're about the same weight, but one felt way harder to pick up than the other just because of the lack of a handle, which is it's one of those things you just don't think about when you're shopping. It's like, a handle will be a deal breaker, and it kind of was.
Yeah.
It made a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here are some of the, people, here's what people in the live chat kind of are choosing for you guys. So, we got Robert with the Ghost, and then Alejandro says Ghost for Chris, and then another cool Sharik says love Inokim Oxo, Dualtron Eagle Pro, Mantis Pro. Another person says Mantis Pro. Another person says Ghost. Another one says Mantis probably, and then someone said Ghost, and then Apollo Pro, and then someone wrote 4 times Ox, and then we got a Mantis Pro, and then a Mantis 8 and 8 Pro, and then let's see. Then someone says both Mantis 8. I think they're still kind of coming in. So Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a time where, like, let's hear. I want to know, everybody wants to know what you guys chose.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, here we go. I don't know if I have a drum. I have applause.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
And Christina went with the Mantis 8 single motor.
All right. Okay, cool. Tell us why.
It was awesome. Duh.
Yeah.
No, it gave me the best of both worlds, really. It gave me speed, but not too much speed where I felt like I couldn't control it, or that the scooter itself was getting away from me. Mm-hmm. But it also gave me a lot of stability where I felt very comfortable on it. I felt very secure on it. I think I also mentioned before that the turns. I don't know what it is about that specific one, but I felt a lot safer on it when I was turning too, specifically.
And the fender worked as a good handle, so it was easy.
Oh yeah, the fender is great for me to like be able to pick up the scooter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. When I was commuting personally home and I had stairs, that was my, that was like my daily commuter, because I did need to lift it up, but it also gave me everything else, and it was so stable, and love it. Cool. Okay. So Mantis 8 for Christina, that is your choice. Chris, what about you? What is your choice after riding all these scooters?
I'm gonna give a little hint. It was out of budget, and so I don't know. We'll have to figure out how I can afford it. But my favorite scooter is the Mantis 10 Pro.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. I've been dreaming about it since I wrote it.
So what about it? What about it? Makes it the perfect scooter for you?
I don't want to say the scooters have their own personality, but there's just little things that just resonate with you. And because like the Inokim Ox is an amazing scooter, but the Mantis, it was so peppy. It felt smooth. It still felt compact. Like I just felt really in control, even though I was going at the faster speeds. I like that I can grow into it, even because I'm not maxing it out yet. So as I get more comfortable, I have that ability. I think it's going to last me several years because of that. And the bigger tires, if I do a little bit of like, not necessarily like crazy off-roading, but a little bit of gravel or a little bit of dirt, loose dirt or something like that, I feel like I'm going to be more stable and still enjoy the ride. Yeah, I don't know. I love the way it looks. It's simple. It's black. Black's my favorite color. I don't know, man. It sings to me. I like it.
All right. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So, so Mantis 8 and Mantis Pro are you guys' favorites. And, I think those are great choices. When I didn't push them any certain direction or anything like that. It was basically 100%, whatever you guys thought. And so, we obviously, we recorded this last week. I kind of knew what you guys wanted last week because we talked about it for a couple hours, during that episode. And so knowing that you guys wanted the Mantis 8 and the Mantis 10 Pro, we reached out to Julian over at Freeride, which sells the Kaabo scooters, and he has a quick message for you guys.
Hey Chris and Christina, this is Julian from Freeride. Awesome episode of Scooter Hunters. I mean, we're obviously very pleased with your choice and we can support that 100%. These two Manti are rocking and honestly, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun on them. Now, Chuck gave me a little heads up that you, Chris, actually wanted a Mantis 10 Pro, and that was a little bit out of your budget range. So, since you are both slowly turning into fans of our scooters, I thought that we're going to still make it happen. So at the top end of the quarter budget range, we'll be able to deliver you a Mantis 10 Pro. So enjoy your Manti and remember to always keep it fluid.
So anyway, I don't know if you could quite catch everything that he said or if you guys heard it, but he's basically going to, take down the price of the Mantis 10 from, I think it's $2,300 down to $1,600, which, fits in your budget.
That is amazing.
Yeah, cool. Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
literally a dream come true.
I'm not going to say that, but kind of. Wow. That's very, very generous.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Amazing.
shout out to Fluid Freeride. They're cool over there. And, I think they want you guys to have, a great experience. And it's kind of crazy that of all the scooters, you guys ended up with two, the 8 and both are the Mantises or the Manti, right? So yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited, for you guys to get those. And then hear about what your experiences are. We can maybe, make sure, if you have any questions about, safety gear or helmets or any of that kind of stuff, we'll definitely, help you guys, make sure. Because if you're going over 20 miles an hour, right, getting the little bit bigger helmets is going to be super important, as well for you guys too. So, yeah. So,
Yee! That's so exciting.
That is amazing.
cool. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are happy. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on to do this, Scooter Hunters with us. It's been awesome meeting you and just cruising around for a while. And I wish you guys the best of luck on your move to, LA, Hollywood, and, continue your careers there and hanging out on some scooters while you're doing it.
Well, thank you, Chuck, and thank you to your whole team, your whole family over there. We really appreciate you just hanging out with us and letting us try all the scooters. And the discount is amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, you guys. I'm sure we'll talk soon. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So yeah, that was I'm pretty happy. That was super fun hanging out with them.
Chuck,
I'm glad they got their scooters
right now. Are you crying right now,
man.
Chuck?
The scooters, yeah. No, it's good. It's good. I'm glad they got what they wanted. And then, I called Julian and he was down to hook them up because it was out of the budget, but I just kind of wanted him to try, some of the best scooters out there.
That's pretty cool.
Have a good time.
Shout out to Julian, keeping it fluid all the time.
Keep it fluid.
All right.
Yeah, cool. All right, so let's move. I think. Oh, you know what? One last thing for those of you guys. We haven't been doing the Scooter Hunters. If it's a format that y'all are getting value from, that you like, not necessarily with the live show, but to produce one, maybe there's a way that we can make it work. We just don't know how interesting it is for everybody. If it is interesting for you, write hashtag, what is it? ESG on the Hunt 2021. Hashtag ESG on the Hunt 2021. You can throw it in the live chat, or if you're watching this afterwards, throw it into the comments of the YouTube video that you're watching right now. I mean, if you're here for an hour and 25 minutes, and you're watching this, you must enjoy the Scooter Hunter. So if you want us to do a real legit episode like we did with my Uncle Jim a year ago, or with Eric from Famous Eric's YouTube channel, if you want us to do more like that, we will do it. Just let us know by hitting up that hashtag in the comments of the video. Cool. Yeah. So anyway, that was so fun. That was just so fun. And man, that's a part of this this whole ESG thing that just I probably enjoy the most. Yeah. It's cool. It's fun hanging out with everybody, but it's I see you guys in the comments, in the chat. I wish I could just meet everybody and go riding and everybody that is needing a scooter. That's what we want to do, is we want to help, propel the industry forward and be able to, and part of that is making sure people are getting on good equipment, the best stuff for them. I don't want them to I don't want anybody to have a bad experience by buying the wrong scooter for them, right? I wouldn't want her to buy a Wolf Warrior because she's not going to be able to lift it, right? Yeah. But Rainier here, Wolf all the way, probably.
King coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
All right.
Next
so
up, ESG.
Cool.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah. And now it's time for the deal of the week. Oh, there we go. I got it. Deal of the week this week, of course, since they chose the Mantis 8 and the Mantis 8, and the Mantis Pro, those are the deals of the week right now. You basically, with our coupon code, can get $150 off of whatever it says on their website, whether it be the Mantis 8 or the Pro. Both of them. I think actually this works for the regular Mantis too. I'm pretty sure. Our coupons code page on our website will have all that information for you. So so if you also want the Mantis, that's a good way to get it. Also, Fluid Freeride offers free shipping, and so it's a good deal right now. And again, shout out to Julian. Thanks for hooking them up. Cool. A quick commercial break sponsored by the ESG website. The new and improved Electric Scooter Guide website now includes an updated database which adds water resistance ratings and scooter dimensions, all sortable and filterable and available in metric and imperial. Updated performance data of over 40 top electric scooters, including range and acceleration. The results of the world's largest electric scooter survey, showing you the top 13 electric scooters as voted by actual riders. Extensive reviews of over 43 electric scooters. The world's largest collection of updated and exclusive coupon codes to save you some cash. A new group ride finder local to your area. Check it out at electric-scooter.guide.
Da, da, da,
All right, let's get some energy for this last push for the news. Let's do this.
First up, we have a new Indiegogo scooter, a new Italian e-scooter, Cobra. On Indiegogo, it has a 20-inch front wheel and a 16-inch rear wheel. Let's play the video for a little second. Let's play a few seconds of it. You guys get a feel of it.
It's got a nice screen there. It looks kind of like a bike a little bit, but
what's going on with this scooter?
It's a little bike crossover.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's real interesting. Yeah, so, we'll kind of keep tabs on that, see what's going on. And, if it's Italian, it might be fast. I mean, some of the best cars, right?
Okay.
All right. Next up, if you want to navigate around pollution, Cowboy e-bikes app is allowing you to do that with their Breezeometer app. If you're in one of the cities that they are located in, you can actually route around pollution. So if you want the best ride without getting, your nose all stuffed up with pollution, in some cities, that's probably a big deal.
I think it is. At first, when I was looking at this, I'm like, but now in California with like fires and stuff like that.
With the fires, I mean, I don't know.
Air quality on there.
There's some cities in the world, like, you go to Beijing the wrong time of year, you go to Mexico City on the smog day, it could be pretty bad.
Okay, check this out. So new Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is thinking not just about planes, trains, and automobiles, but also bikes and scooters. Check it out.
That changed what your staff does.
We think trains, planes, and automobiles, but what about bikes, scooters, wheelchairs for that matter?
Those are things you plan to pay more attention to.
So it's the first time that someone, in that's a high level position is really talking about electric scooters. And I think that's that's hope, right? That's hope that maybe some of the infrastructure in our cities, may get changed. So I look forward to seeing what kind of money is devoted, I guess, for making scooter riders safer. Like putting some money into those bike lanes, right? Getting what they did. They actually just today announced that they're doing 30%. What the heck did he post?
Yeah, what was it?
Hold on. Let me get
tax,
it. It was in general. Shoot, David Voss just sent it. Where did it go? Random? Did he put in random?
No.
David, where did you put the darn thing? Shoot.
Live show.
Was it in the live show or on our Slack? I think it must be there. Yeah, there it is. So 30% U.S. tax credit introduced for electric bicycle sales. So, hey, let's say for electric scooter sales too. Like let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Pete watches this show. All right.
See Chuck.
Finally, for the news, we're only going to show this real quick because I want Paul to be here for this one. But because I asked him for that video, we want to show a little bit of it. There is a legit scooter race over in I think it's actually, it's Bro J Martinez, which he's in UAE.
Oh.
He's in UAE. Anyway.
Notes are wrong.
Yeah, sorry, I wrote that. But anyway, we can play real quick this video and just kind of look at this. This is like straight up.
That's what I want to be in, for sure.
This is, dude, Paul is we're gonna get Paul out there when he's healed up and have him just whoop everybody. I mean, this is kind of amazing that they're doing this kind of stuff. So anyway, I thought, just quick shout out over there for it's just crazy that they're doing that.
Yeah. More next week. Okay, industry news. Voro Motors and Kaabo working together to improve the Wolf Warrior, adding turn signals. So, we have an article linked in the description. Uh-oh.
All right.
But
there we go. Here it is.
Here it is.
Yeah, so they're a lot of times the resellers are working with the manufacturers. That happens all the time.
Stop the show. Super chat.
Oh, no. What's going on?
Who is that?
Whoop. So DJ Nightcat says, hi from Santa Clara. Oh, hey, Santa Clara. That's my old stomping ground, San Jose.
Oh,
Cupertino. So I went to Cupertino High Junior High School in, Santa Clara County.
What'd he say?
Santa Clara County wrestling champion too.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you guys seen the Scooties. He can take somebody down fast.
He said, love Scooter Hunters. Nice hearing feedback from real people. They are real people. Quote, real people. My favorite it's a favorite episode. That's awesome. Keep up the good work, and thanks for being awesome. Hey, shout out to you. Thank you so much for
the
super chat. Makes us feel real good over here that we're doing something to you guys. And I saw all the people with the hashtag. So, hey, if you throw it there and then throw it in the comment, we'll make it happen. We'll figure out a way. We'll figure it out. So they did. So that's Voro to finish that off. A lot of the top resellers in the U.S. constantly are actually working with the manufacturers. But this is a cool one because they're looking at turn signals. So I think that actually, if you look at some of the stuff on the website and their materials, they're trying to put them on handlebars and in the back so they can be actually visible.
Safe.
Yep. Finally, for industry news, Swagatron is shared a 3-minute video on hoverboard batteries. Basically, if you want to learn about lithium-ion versus lead acid versus the LiFePO4 batteries, then check out the video. It's actually pretty well done. We don't even play it right now, but it's linked in the description. All right, we love our Facebook community, and now it's time for the Facebook giveaway. Okay, so the Facebook giveaway this week, of course, is it's all fluid, I guess, today as it turns out. So they're giving away riding gloves, a headlight, and a folding lock. We do this every week, guys, and thank you to every time, the sponsor this. So thank you to Julian over at Freeride. Yeah. Shipping is worldwide.
Shipping is worldwide.
So everybody gets a chance to play, and the only thing that you have to do is actually, go on the Facebook post on Monday and share or comment, and boom, you're entered to win. It's so easy, and so many people win that have never won anything before. That's my second favorite part of this whole ESG thing is, making sure everybody's a winner, right?
Yeah. Winner.
So the way we do it, how do we do this, Ramir?
So you know how it works. Chuck takes the die, he rolls a number. Richie hits the randomizer with the names that many times, and the winner on the last time.
No triple sixes anymore.
No,
That'll never happen again. All right, you ready?
Yep. It's three. Show the 3. There we go. Oh, hit the mute button.
Oh.
But it's 3. 3 is the number, everyone.
Richie's going like this. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. Raise the roof, Richie.
Raise the roof. All right, you guys ready? Number 1.
Right, let's get some music while this is going.
Number 2. Okay, here it is right here. Winner, number 3.
And who's the winner?
Wilson Gambrell.
What? I know that guy.
Wilson Gambrell. You are the winner.
He's the OG, man. I know I've seen his name a bunch of times in the Facebook group. Hey, man, thanks for finally winning this thing.
Willie style.
Dude, good job. All right. So, man, that was a long show, but hey, we had a little. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody, to the end. We appreciate you guys, getting through the technical difficulties. And if you like the Scooter Hunters, make sure to hit that hashtag ESG on the Hunt 2021. Put it in the comments. Put it in the live show comments. If you're watching us now, we'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Hit that like button. And And thank you, Chris and Christina, for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of this whole thing, coming all the way down here. I mean, they're thanking us, but we really need to thank them because, like, they're the stars tonight. And they'll probably be the stars in the future because Chris, I think, they're both going to have a great, future in LA and in Hollywood. But, I think you're going to see Chris's name in the credits of a lot of different shows. He's a talented guy. And,
All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
We love you all.
Yeah, and you're going to see Paul next week, too. So, all right, you guys. Good night. Good night, everybody. Ride safe. Don't forget to wear your helmet. Bye-bye.